Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 8, read.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
Ready?
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. Well, that's what you're looking for. When you want to throw the ball downfield, you want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Back to throw. Nicholson.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
Let's go.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 31 yards there and a first down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 11 carries, 63 yards.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost like in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, This is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
That too.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
18 Gators.
Looking to throw on second down. Nicholson. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Nicholson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Throwing on first down. Nicholson. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They go play action here on first down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. These 2 teams all tied after 1. They'll run on first down. Fitzpatrick. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's third and goal. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 3 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. Now he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. To throw on third down, Nicholson able to find Isabella. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
70, Indy.
Off the play fake. Nicholson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Off play action. Nicholson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with third and long. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 8 yards out, the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Nicholson. This one caught by Isabella. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Operating from the gun, Nicholson. And he's got his man on the out route. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Underneath into the hands of Sternberger. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Nicholson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
65, 65, 65.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd down, Tyson. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
He'll set up to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Off the play fake. Nicholson. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Nicholson. Throwing right, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
He's not going to get me. Check. Lucky.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Back to throw. Oh, he got possession on him, and he pulls it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Back to throw. Nicholson. That ball complete to Isabella. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Let's go!
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, Nicholson to the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Throwing on first down. Nicholson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jerome Baker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
On 4th down, Nicholson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. In for the score. And the Packers get a score closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
On first down, Fitzpatrick. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Packers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. Nicholson. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Nicholson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nicholson. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Looking to throw. Nicholson. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Ready? 90, wolf, 54. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On 1st and 10, Nicholson. This will be caught just inside the 10. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And out comes on the Dolphins now. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.